unjust. The poor captain obviously didn't know who she was dealing with. But I shall seek justice from your council, and I'll be in charge of the prosecution. And thank to our witness, I'll make sure that only the true culprits, those savage brutes are the ones who pay for their crime. In blood. Well, look who's here. The savage murderous brute we were just talking about. You must know that I won't let you get away with murdering my men. And I won't let this poor captain pay for your crimes either.
Essa quen moi name natremo lion. Ma clausum dat sies vreugum se gante camolto sidi.
Sir, I would like to know if...
I've got nothing to say to you. Because of your savagery, one of our sisters is in jail. Get out of here!
This charming, biased bunch won't help us at all. Come on, let's go see Alvida.
That's right. Go and mock the woman who's rotting in prison because of you. See you at your trial.
We should try to learn more about this woman and what she's doing here. Ugh, I can't do it. Ugh, I can't. This is a schedule of the guards' patrols.
I'm sorry for what happened to you and Captain Alvida, but I can't help you. It's up to you to prove your innocence.
weather. I'm sure my friends will do everything they can to steer me out of here.
I hope so, for them as well as for you. If the trial turns out badly, you won't be able to protect them any longer. There you are. I'm glad Alvida wasn't wrong about you. And you're just in time. I'm going to need your help. The Alliance's emissary has decided to support the murder charge against you. For our young captain's sake, I've decided to defend you. I know our laws well, but I'm going to need evidence and witnesses.
The head guard mentioned a witness who alerted them and told them that we attacked those men. We tried to find out who it was, but he wouldn't tell us.
If I was being generous, I'd say it was to protect the witness. But in truth, our dear head guard hates foreigners. He's furious and frustrated that he couldn't put you in jail and had to lock Alvida up instead. If you need to find out more about this witness, and I do agree that it's a very relevant lead, then I'd recommend trying to get him drunk. He can often be found at the tavern, drowning his bitterness in ale.
What other evidence or testimonies should we look for?
Any witnesses who could give a different version of the events would be helpful. I doubt there's much physical evidence to be found, unless it was a setup. And in that case, there were most likely messages sent that you might be able to get your hands on.
Thank you for defending us.
Of course, I don't trust this emissary, and I like Alvida. I'll let you talk to your friend now. But don't forget to come back here once you've gathered enough evidence to exonerate yourselves. Once you've done that, we'll start the trial. See you later, my young friends, and good luck.
How do you feel? Are you all right?
As well as possible, locked up in a cell. I can't complain. Since I'm a captain, I'm treated with respect. In any case, it looks like it's my turn to need help getting out of jail.
We found witnesses who saw what happened.
I knew you would.
You were right. But the only person who saw the whole thing told us his testimony would be of no use.
Why? Who is it?
A carpenter. A former shipwright, if he's to be believed.
Don't say another word. I know who you're talking about. Silvio. It really does seem like the odds are stacked against us. I can't believe it. Of all the people in Yuxantis, it had to be this incompetent, murdering fool who witnessed the scene.
What did he do?
It's more a question of what didn't he do? He was a shipwright, like he told you. He was in charge of repairing ships before they set sail. My mother's ship, in particular. But he didn't do his job, whether out of laziness or negligence. At the very first storm she encountered, the ship sprang a leak and sank. I lost my mother because of him. And now you're telling me he's the only person who can prove our innocence?
I'm afraid so. The Ink Mistress only heard the fight, so her testimony won't help us much.
And this man's won't help us either. Since my mother's death, he was banned from working for the Knots. Why do you think he became a carpenter? Nobody trusts him anymore.
I understand your reluctance, but if you allow him to save the child of the... We'll keep in...
He's off. You're back. Have you found anything new?
We'll... How do you feel? Are you alright?
As well as possible. Locked up in a cell. I can't complain. Since I'm a captain, I'm treated with respect. In any case, it looks like it's my turn to need help getting out of jail.
What should we do? We don't know the laws of this island.
Find witnesses. There must be some. If anyone saw what happened, they could clear up these accusations. If they take the stand and testify that these men attacked us, the charges will be dropped. Go to the Ink Mistress and speak to her, and her neighbors. It would also be interesting to find out who this famous eyewitness who warned the guards is. Whoever it is obviously lied to ensnare us in a trap. We need to find out who it is and why they did it.
On our way here, we saw a Bridge Alliance emissary speaking to the head of the guards who arrested you. I think it's the person that woman warned us about when we left the council. The men who attacked us were with her, and she will lead the prosecution.
She had to have been invited here by someone. You must find out who it was and what she's doing here. If only you could prove she's behind it all.
We found witnesses who saw what happened.
I knew you would.
You were right. But the only person who saw the whole thing told us his testimony would be of no use.
Why? Who? It really?
What?
It's more. Why do?
I understand your concern. And it's true that he's not the best witness we could hope for. But without him, we have nothing. Please, we must let him report what he saw.
Fine. But we better have more evidence. Because his word won't carry much weight. Who brought the Alliance men here? And why did they attack us like that?
We'll keep investigating.
Thank you for your help. When you've gathered enough evidence, go find the master of the shipyard. He's offered to defend us.
If I've understood correctly, we need to question the head guard to find out where we can find the liar who claims they saw us attack those people. I love toying with this kind of ball. Let's go to the tavern and then leave it to me. I'll make mincemeat of him.
There's the head guard. I believe the woman from the Alliance, Safia, is over there. Since she's the one who warned us, maybe she can tell us more about the emissary.
Oh, please, let me talk to the head guard. I know I can get him to tell me everything she knows about the liar who's falsely accused us.
Welcome to the Fishing Mermaid. What'll it be?
Thank you.
You again? This tavern used to be a place you could drink in peace. Even here, these pesky foreigners seem bent on stirring up trouble.
Sybil, you wanted to speak to this gentleman, I believe?
Absolutely, darling. I've always held guards in the highest regard.
Really?
Of course. What would happen to our cities without these valiant defenders of the peace? They would be submerged in chaos and anarchy. And I'd like to congratulate you on your swift action. No one could blame you for giving credence to a questionable witness.
I appreciate that, but the witness wasn't questionable. He's a naught, and...
Come now, don't you worry. There's no question of your devotion to your duty. But it's obvious that this man was corrupt. He was probably more of a pirate than a sailor.
Not at all. He works as a longshoreman on the docks.
Works? Worked? Because this infamous witness has disappeared, hasn't he? He'll never take the stand. It's so unfortunate that a man like you, so honest and so upright, must pay for someone else's lies.
Well, that's why you're wrong. He's still there, and he's going to testify. He's in the warehouses as usual.
Really? I was lied to. In that case, I'm utterly reassured. You're doing a splendid job.
We've got to flush that rat out of the warehouse where he's hiding.
I'm happy to see you're back, and in one piece. When I heard there'd been a fight among foreigners, I was afraid it might be you.
It was us. Your people attacked us. The guards of this city arrived too late and they accused us. They locked Olvida up, but we were the ones they wanted to punish for defending ourselves against the lions.
I'm very sorry. I suspected that Zahid's presence in Yuxantis might cause problems. Is there anything I can do to help?
What can you tell us about this woman?
I must admit that knowing she was here gave me reason for concern. So I tried to find out who invited her. Apparently, it was one of the admirals, to strengthen the trade relations between the Alliance and the Nauts. That idea worried me even more. I don't know how much you know about the Bridge Alliance, or the internal tensions simmering just below the surface there. Recently, a group has appeared on the scene, spreading disturbing ideas. They argue for Tynir's superiority over all other nations, especially the islanders of Teofredi. They're violent and will stop at nothing to expand their influence, which remains fairly limited for now, thankfully. This woman is part of that group, and the fact that she's here to negotiate with the Nauts could prove dangerous for your people. Whether or not she's behind what happened, she's certain to use it against you.
Do you know where this emissary is staying?
Since she's part of an official delegation, she must be staying at the diplomat's house. However, you'll never get her to admit her involvement just by talking to her. I'm afraid you'll have to find a more indirect method. The innkeeper here is in charge of delivering food to all the buildings where foreigners are staying. Maybe he could help you enter her quarters discreetly.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I despise this woman and everything she stands for. I hope you can prove your innocence. Oh, I just thought of something. I don't know if this will be of any use to you, but I saw her leaving town once, which intrigued me. A diplomat who's here on official business would have no reason to go inland. I have no idea what she planned to do there, but maybe it would be worthwhile finding out.
Thank you for your help. See you later. According to Sofia, the innkeeper could help us get into the diplomat's house.